Hey guys. Oh, feeling kind of rock star-esque today. I straightened my hair, kind of. It's so short that it's really difficult to get a good straighten on it, but I just wanted something different. It finally stopped raining, so it'll like lay down and get its life together in the next couple days. But one of my subscribers actually left a comment and requested that I do a video on men in the military. And I was like, I don't necessarily know if I can do that, but I can do just about relationships in general in the military. That's what we're gonna do. So if you're interested in like hearing my thoughts on, I mean, honestly, different types of relationships with your coworkers, establishing friends, just keeping things professional, dating, and not necessarily, I've never dated someone in the military, but for me it'll be, I guess I'll tell what I've observed from other people, as well as that if you're dating a civilian or with a civilian, how that interaction with the military, because when people view the military, they view it as male dominated. Even though it's shifting a lot, it's still very male dominated. Male dominated. So how, someone who doesn't really completely understand that lifestyle, how it affects them as well. So just keep watching. Okay. Oh, I'm doing all types of stuff. So I don't know where I should start, honestly. I think I should start with establishing friendships, because to me that is the most important. So you don't join the military in order to date someone or whatever. For me, even though yes, romantic relationships and my husband and all that other good jazz is very important, but the most that relationship would be what it is regardless of my career. So for me, the most important, directly correlated with the military, is friendships. And it's very hard to establish friendships. It's weird because the friends that you do establish become your family. Like literally, there's like a handful of people that I've met. They've been there through thick and thin. You can tell them anything. You trust them with your life. You trust them with your children. They have stepped up in times that you needed them. You've stepped up in times that they've needed them. There is that special bond, and it truly becomes family. So friends that become family. And those are the most precious. For me, it has been very natural, and I think for other people it does become supernatural. It's just people that you click with, and you do honestly go through things that are like, I don't know, but those bad, hard, difficult situations that you go through where someone might tell you business, people might, try to sabotage your career, they might talk bad about you, they might kick you out the clique or whatever. Those situations weed out people who are not necessarily your friends, but are associates. You learn very quickly who, you can trust and who you can be friends with and who you're just an associate and a teammate or a peer with. So you have to keep your eyes wide open, because everyone has an ulterior motive. The military is very much about going in and establishing yourself, and your resume, it has different words, names for it, but essentially your resume. And advancing, you advance based on what you've done or what you can say or how you present yourself and who you know. So you always want to make sure that the people that you associate with are actually trying to advance as well, and are trying to get promoted and are trying to become better. Even if they're not deciding to stay in the military, it's all about how you present yourself, and the people that you hang out with and associate yourself with matters. if that makes sense. I feel like I'm rambling. So I say take it slow. Get to know people. I do that in every situation anyway, honestly. I go into a situation, I don't really talk, I just kind of observe, see what's going on, see what everyone is about, and then allow people's true self to come out. And you're not going to click with everyone. Everyone's not going to like you. It's okay. But if you're kind as you can be, some people just push you and you're just like, But if you are professional to everyone, then you won't have a problem even if someone doesn't like you or just has a problem with you. Because sometimes it's purely based on how you look or how you act or who you're friends with. The military is high school. It's dumb. It's high school. So yeah, take your time. Really get to know people. Don't offer too much of yourself on day one. Allow people to earn that portion of you, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. But the people who do break those barriers and boundaries become friends for life. It doesn't matter where you move, doesn't matter where you go, where you get stationed, doesn't matter at all. Those true friendships last forever, and I can attest to that. And honestly, quality over quantity. I have like a handful. Like, that's it. My hand might not even all the way be full. But those people, I know I can count on them. I can call them. I trust them, you know, and they trust me. And we have a true friendship. So, yeah. Friendships in the military. They become the best thing ever. But it does take work. And what else? So dating, I haven't dated a military person. All I can say is kind of the same thing. Like, so you're working with people and you're getting to know them, and if you're single and they're single, and a lot of times it's junior enlisted who end up linking up or whatever. But I say, so you know when there's a group of friends and there's a female group of friends, male group of friends, you got to pick which one you want. Make sure you pick the right one. That's all I say. You know, if you're going to date someone in the military, make sure you pick the right one. Because the moment that you're like, you're with him for a while, and then you're with him for a while, and then you're with him for a while, like that stuff gets out. And it's kind of like, you know, celebrities. Yeah, people make up and break up and move on. But because you're a celebrity, everyone judges you and feels like you're just dating person to person to person, and that's just the type of person that you are. Y'all know, I ain't gonna say the word, but y'all know what they call them. Same thing with the military, especially if you are dating people in your same unit or people that you associate with know. You have to make sure you pick the right one. So maybe just have friends, just talk without all the benefits and stuff, because people are going to know. And just, you know, live your life and establish those friendships prior to trying to jump and be with somebody. Because if you're jumping from thing to thing to thing, it's not going to be a good look. And as a military woman, they already think that there's this stigma that we hoes, you know. I don't know where it comes from, but you know, it is what it is. Maybe it's because we're always around guys and always in that area and atmosphere, but these are our peers, these are our coworkers. It has nothing to do with that. But we have to kind of make sure we separate ourselves from that, because it's already on us no matter what. So just be cognizant of who you're dating, and even if you keep it like real low, like on a this is between you and I until we figure out that this is what we want to do type of vibe, you know. That's all I can really say about dating in the military. So what I can talk about though is dating someone who's not in the military and you know, how you kind of navigate that, because that is a very interesting situation. So I've had both sides of the spectrum. I've dated someone who was a civilian, and he was very jealous and insecure, and couldn't really deal with the fact that I was in the military, and there was this thought process that it was just me in the middle of a bunch of dudes all day. Didn't matter what my job was, didn't matter what I was doing. Like, the thought was that I just go and I sit in a huddle in between all of these dudes all day. And that's one thing. You have to be very secure, and you have to communicate, and you can't just assume that that's what it's like. So on top of that, if you're a female, well, fuck that. If you're dating someone who's a civilian, they have to understand that you might get stationed somewhere else. You know, you might not be where you're at forever. Are you willing to deal with that? Those are conversations that you have to have, because honestly, if you're not willing to deal with that, then don't waste your time. I am not an advocate for changing your career or changing your path based on anyone else. And if you're in the military now and you've thought about retiring, or you thought about having another contract, or wherever you're at is not home for you, but you end up dating someone that you meet, they have to understand that, hey, I might not be here forever. How do you feel about that? I might get deployed. How do you feel about that? You know, I might get stationed across the country. How do you feel about that? And you guys have to be super honest about how you feel about that, because it's no point in wasting your time if you're looking for something long-term in them too, but they're not really on the same page when it comes to that. So those are conversations that you guys have to have. That communication has to be open. And honestly, if they just like, well, let's just chill, then just chill. You know, if you cool with that, then do that, right? So another thing, the opposite side of the spectrum is having someone who really supports you, really is like, okay, well, you're doing this military thing, so let's do this military thing. And you actually like invite them into your world. So my husband's been to my job. He's met my coworkers. He's met my friends. You know, he's met the people that I associate with, and some of them are males and some of them are females. And he's able to understand the dynamic. And no, I'm not on the line unit right now. I was. But he's able to come in and see, oh, there are as many, you know, females as there are as males. And, oh, this is like a regular establishment. This is a regular job. Like, I totally understand it. But, you know, it takes them wanting to do that. So once you realize that you guys are on the same page, then I say invite them into your world and let them see how things are. And then they can realize. Now, I mean, there are female medics that are in an all-male unit. It happens. It's happening. And they're just going to have to be super secure, honestly, and trusting. So the last relationship I want to talk about is, I guess, with your peers. So because you do go to the field together, you do deploy together, you do go on missions together, trainings, all types of things like that. And some people, you know, you establish really well-connected relationships with people of both sexes. So how do you keep things professional, and how do you incorporate those boundaries? So I say the biggest thing for me is allowing all parties to be together. And what I mean by that is, so I went on a training mission, I guess I'll call it that for video purposes. And it was 2 females, 2 males from our group, and there were other males there. But the biggest part was, like, one person's wife came, and then another day another person's husband came, and then my husband and my kids came down. Just allowing everyone to meet and mingle. They can see the relationship. They can see, and when I say relationship, I mean like friendship, like kinship, like being a peer, being a coworker. I'm not using relationship as in dating or anything like that. There's so many different dynamics of relationships, and one with your peers is one of them. I have some really good friends, and they've established from, honestly, from us going out of town together and having to train and work together very closely, to where it's about a year later almost, you know, we're still extremely close. But my husband knows their husband, we know their wife. That's just the relationship that it is. Everyone is comfortable because it is no foolishness, it's no craziness, it's pure friendship and camaraderie and supporting each other in our career and endeavors like that. So you have to realize that these are people. You know, the people that you work with are people. They have families. And if you really want a relationship with someone, as in, you know, like if one of my male coworkers texts me, it's okay because my husband's met him. My husband's met their wife. You know, my husband's had they don't drink beer, but broken bread with them. You know, it's okay. So if you're trying to be secretive and, you know, doing things that you ain't supposed to be doing and crossing boundaries and lines, then you're not okay with everyone kind of mingling and being around because you're being shady. So don't do that. You know, just work with people and support people and establish those relationships that are going to last beyond the military. So I feel like I was rambling this video, but hopefully it makes sense. You know, you just gotta honestly treat people how you want them to treat you. Don't disrespect no one's house. They won't disrespect yours. Take your time getting to know people, because the relationships that you establish will last forever. Forever, if you take your time. And then honestly, if you feel betrayed, because I felt betrayed before. I thought people were my friends and they really weren't. You just have to learn from those situations. The military is like high school. Don't give people everything at one time. Allow people to earn who you really are. Or not really who you really are, but earn the right to peel back your layers. Like every time you interact with someone, you can peel back a layer, and then if you're not sure if something's like a little shady, you could like put that layer back, you know? Just, some people you gotta keep at a distance, and there are different distances. Some people you literally say good morning to, and you don't talk to them for the rest of the day. And some people you can really tell the things about you that you couldn't share with other people, and that's in life, and it's not any different with your relationships in the military. So it's definitely like high school, which sucks, but it's just because everyone is so close-knit. You work with them 12, 14, 16 hours a day, you know, but you have to establish those relationships, and they will come. And I tell a lot of the single moms in general, honestly, because I'm not a single mom, but I have people around here that'll keep the kids for us if we need it, who will bake. My neighbor wants to bake me some pies or something when I have the baby. You know, people are just, it's a community, and it's a huge community. And, you know, you want to establish those friendships and those relationships with people, but you just have to do it the right way. You have to make sure you're not making anyone feel insecure that's in your life, or crossing the boundaries about the people who you're establishing friendships with in their life. You have to make sure their spouse and their family is safe and secure with you. So that's it, guys. That's all I got. Hopefully it helps. It's definitely not just about men, because they ain't that important. They not that important. I mean, they're your peers. You come in your shit bag, they're gonna treat you like a shit bag. If you come in and you know your job, and you treat them like they're your peers, then they will treat you the same way, like you're their peer. You come in and you expect them to hold your hand and treat you like a baby, they gonna write you off, and they gonna treat you bad, and they gonna shut you out. So I say, look, this female male thing, we're all soldiers. We all wear the uniform. We all lace up our boots the same. So you got to go in there. You got to be a soldier. You can't expect to go in and be, oh, I'm a girl. That ain't gonna work. So thanks guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. We're officially off, so it'll be a lot more content coming your way. I should have filmed this because I used it's my Ray Ray palette today, trying to step outside of my comfort zone, and I am loving it. So yeah, thanks guys for watching. I'm gonna go chill for the rest of the day. Peace.